This video is about the adolescent Latino acculturation. I will be talking about ways to help the process of coordinating two cultures and languages and how it can become a positive process with help from professionals. Adolescents are at an age that they are setting their values and beliefs to identify who they are. The Latino population is growing in the United States. These graphs show the ages of the 2014 Hispanic and non-Hispanic resident population, also the foreign-born and U.S.-born Hispanic population. In 1980, there were 14.8 million Hispanics, which made up 6.5% of the U.S. population. In 2014, there were 55.3 million Hispanics in the U.S. That is equivalent to 17.3% in 2014. I want to draw your attention to the age of the U.S.-born Hispanic population. The majority is under 18 years of age. These graphs show that 47% of Latinos born in the United States are younger than 18 years old. According to the Pew Research Center, the nation's Latino population is defined by its youth. The youth at this age are trying to find their identity. The youth experience stress while they are trying to coordinate two cultures and languages. There are generational legacies that evolve when immigrant parents pass on their sense of ambiguities to their children. Exposure to their parents' mixed emotions may increase their stress. Hispanics are the nation's youngest major racial ethnic group. Immigrant children and youth face decisions about who they are. The acculturation process is stressful, and they may be confused and may not know how to coordinate their new culture and language with their traditional culture. The role of mentoring in identity development promotes positive youth outcomes. Their internalizations of themselves may change as they identify with their mentors and see them as role models. Mentors may provide social opportunities by engaging in experiences which the youth can create their sense of self. There are two types of mentoring: instrumental and developmental. Instrumental mentoring may support youth with the initial adjustment process, such as learning the host language and behavioral norms. Later, generation youth and first-generation immigrant youth who have resided in the United States for a longer period of time would need developmental mentoring for support in negotiating and exploring their cultural identity and belonging. Mentors, or people that the youth admire and look towards as mentors, are mostly family members and are of the same race. When the mentor is a different ethnicity and not affiliated with the family, the dominant culture would have stronger connections and acculturation would take place. If the mentors were the same race and had family relationships, the acculturation would have stronger ties to the Latino culture. The number of mentors and the relationships in the different aspects could be family, friends, or social and religious leaders. The relationship with the mentors, which is mostly family, makes a difference in the frequency or contact between mentors and the youth. They meet more often and could have better quality time with the youth when they met. There is respect towards the mentor, which makes the relationship stronger. Areas of instrumental mentoring is responsible behavior, education or school, future careers, finances, and practical things. The developmental mentoring support includes values, spirituality, life's hardships, and self. This acculturative stress can create psychological and behavioral problems. According to Virginia Tong, a successful transition to one's new country is characterized by the development of a secure cross-cultural identity that optimally balances the values and beliefs of home and school cultures. The new sense of self combines the values, beliefs, customs, and behavioral patterns of the two groups in a manner that feels comfortable to the individual. The two cultures need to be complementary rather than competitive. There are four patterns that are followed by youth for ethnic identity. First, an integration pattern which the youth orient themselves with and identify both cultures, or a bicultural identity. Second, a separated pattern which the youth identify with their culture of origin. Third, an assimilated pattern which the youth identify as an American. Fourth, there is a marginal pattern where the youth is uncertain or confused. They live intercultural. To help with the acculturation process, we need to learn about the traditional cultures of the students. We need to be sensitive about their values. We need to understand there might be different learning styles because of cultural differences. We need to understand a behavior and not label a student having a behavior disorder or emotional disorder when the student may just be overwhelmed or confused in the learning process. Language may be a barrier and not a disability that will hinder their learning ability to comprehend information. Becoming informed about what is culturally appropriate in teaching practices and express belief in the ability for the youth to achieve high goals is important. Give support services for students, offer smaller classes, outreach centers, cultural clubs, staff who are from the same culture, with professional development workshops. Youth may embrace English and the new culture values that may require giving up too much of the traditional culture. In a 2014 survey, Pew Research Center asked respondents if they speak a language besides English at home. If they answered yes, they were asked how well they speak English. The response for ages 5 to 17 was as follows. 37% speak only English at home, 50% speak English very well, and 12% speak English less than very well, and 1% do not speak English in the home. According to Pew Research Center, these graphs show that young Hispanics born in Puerto Rico or abroad are less proficient in English than their cohorts that are born in the United States. Younger Hispanics are more likely to be Mexican. We need to have an awareness of students' traditional values and understand and accept the diversity. Students need to feel welcomed, and we need to develop relationships and communicate with them. They need to feel valued by the professionals that are there to help them. Be accepting of culturally based tendencies. If needed, get a translator. Create an open and non-threatening place for students to visit. A smile translates the same in all cultures. The youth need to become culturally adapted but still maintain pride and competence in their home culture. Help the youth recognize the strengths, similarities, and differences in both cultures. Develop a supportive bond to help them feel welcome by learning words such as hello, thank you, and goodbye in their language. Professionals need to be trusted to help students understand and provide skills to succeed in their new culture. The process of acculturation is important to have a positive experience for adolescents. As professionals, we can help this process by providing mentors and by offering support systems. If the process of acculturation is positive, it will help prevent negative risk behaviors that may hinder the growth and development of our youth. At this challenging time in life, as youth are developing cognitive functions and finding their identity, it is imperative that they have support needed to become successful.